ask you a question. Is it possible that transformations are no longer the solution for you to have the inner peace and outer prosperity you deserve? I mean, have you done all the work? Have you done, all the workshops, the challenges, and have you done all the stuff? Have you read all the books? Do you feel that you've done that? I mean, sure, transformation is great, right? But what could be better? Well, today's live stream class is titled Inner Peace, Outer Prosperity, Spiritual Techniques to Fuel Your Success. And this is where you'll discover the profound principles of within infinite mastery, where we talk about evolution is better than transformation. Okay, and how you can apply those principles to your connection with your higher self for that evolution, right? And our acronym for self is spiritually evolving life force. So this is going to be an absolutely important live stream class for you if you find yourself constantly stressed and overwhelmed by the demands of daily life, yet struggle to achieve the wealth and prosperity that you desire. It's important to you. It's important to know that if you don't take control now, this relentless stress, combined with financial pressures could continue to erode your mental and physical health, leaving you exhausted, anxious, and far from achieving the success you desire. So today, you'll unlock the secrets to living a life of authenticity and self-expression. You'll overcome financial insecurities by adopting a mindset anchored in the infinite abundance of the universe. And you'll discover powerful spiritual techniques to uncover your true purpose and your life and your direction in your life. Okay, it's a lot to promise in the short time, but we're going to do our best to deliver. All right. So imagine, right? Imagine a life where inner peace fuels your outer success, where stress fades away, and every challenge becomes insignificant in the grand scheme of infinity. I want you to envision your relationships blooming, your personal growth accelerating and evolving in a way that it's never done before, and a deep sense of fulfillment that's deep within inside that guides your every action. And know that this isn't just a dream. It's a reality that you can achieve by joining and sticking with us on this live stream class today.
Yeah, Gary, I'm almost thinking that we should make this more complicated than it really is. So, so the first thing you need to do is to find the inner peace to actually do the deep work. It's going to require you doing some inner reflection to do at least exploring the concept of authenticity. To be honest, it's going to involve exploring the idea and the concept of being true to yourself, embracing your unique identity, your values, and even examining the impact of your current beliefs, really from a place of detachment. And that allows you to look at them objectively, like watching them through a window. This is often very difficult to do on your own because, well, let's face it, you don't do anything to hold on and justify your beliefs. Okay, whether they serve you or not, you'll do anything. This is why it's encouraged to have someone coach and guide you through the process to facilitate this type of honest exploration. You can engage in a variety of introspective practices and activities as long as they remain or are aimed at deepening your awareness and understanding of your true essence. And some of the ways that to explore the concept of authenticity, we've shared and discussed in previous live streams, and we'll also teach in more depth on your upcoming masterclass. That includes one of the things is in journaling. And we've talked about this so many times because it's so important. So yes, we are a broken record. Okay? People often find that writing down thoughts and feelings and experiences can help to reflect on their true self, uncovering lifelong patterns, reignite those deep desires, and clarify values that contribute to your sense of peace and authenticity. And another one is mindfulness meditation. A rapidly growing practice is mindfulness meditation and exercises. And this can help to cultivate present moment awareness. And it allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. And that's what we call being detached. This can lead to greater clarity about your authentic desires and your authentic motivations.
And then, then there's a self-reflection type exercises, right? And this is where you'd intentionally and deliberately set aside some time, some dedicated time for introspection and self-inquiry. Now, again, I talk about this, a lot in previous live streams where, I did a whole 4.5 day retreat where that's all we did was self-inquiry on one question the whole time, right? From sun up to sundown, right? And doing something like that often can involve asking yourself a probing question about identity, about purpose, whether it's your purpose, purpose of life, whatever, and even your values, right? And then it's up to you to honestly do the exploring of for the answers and notice what arises, right? Honestly exploring those answers, and whatever shows up, you address them, and you reflect on them. And whenever possible, it's important to seek feedback, right? So for some, this can be a little challenging because they may feel their egos being threatened, right? Especially if done with the wrong person or group. It's when you set out to ask trusted friends, family members, or mentors for feedback on who you are, your strengths, and areas that you need improvement. Okay? The right person or group of people can provide some truly valuable insights and perspectives that may not be immediately apparent, no matter how much self-reflection you do. Okay? And last but not least is the concept of exploring personal passions. All right. We talk about this quite a bit. All right. We're always encouraging students and clients to consistently engage in activities and hobbies that bring joy and fulfillment. Let that be the benchmark for taking action. In fact, we call them inspired actions. Right? Tuning into these inspired actions can often provide clues to what resonates at the core of your being and will bring you the most inner peace and allow prosperity flow effortlessly into your life.
That's right. So we can look to nature to illustrate the importance of authenticity in leading a fulfilling life. So consider a tree. When allowed to grow in its natural environment, it embodies authenticity effortlessly. Its branches stretch out towards the sky, and the roots delve deep into the earth. And its leaves, they dance in the breeze, reflecting its unique essence and vitality. It's still strong, but not. And because you are a part of nature, when you embrace your authentic self, you are like trees flourishing in their natural state. You become rooted in your values and your beliefs, reaching towards your aspirations and expressing your true essence without limitations or inhibitions. And just as a tree's authenticity allows it to thrive and contribute to its ecosystem, connecting with and expressing your authentic self throughout your life will lead you to a life fulfilled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. By honoring your authentic self, you can, I'm telling you, you can tap into their innate strengths and passions and potential, which will allow you to truly blossom into your truest, most vibrant, spiritually evolving life force. And the other thing to consider is that in order to have better understanding of what it means to be authentically you, is to look at how society has set up expectations and put in place certain conditioning that often lead to disconnecting from that authentic self. And in doing so, you end up unable to truly connect with your inner peace.
Yeah, because the societal expectations and conditioning has had a powerful influence on many of us from an early age, right? Shaping our beliefs, adjusting or influencing our behaviors, you know, allowing a certain angle for perceptions of ourselves and the world around us. So, how does societal expectations and conditioning lead to a disconnect from our authentic selves? Well, it creates it creates cultural norms and values that you end up feeling that you have to live by and adapt to. Society and or culture often imposes certain norms and values that dictate how individuals should behave, how they should think, and how they should feel. Right? I'm sure all you felt some of this to some degree, growing up in your life, right? And those norms may include things like gender roles, or career expectations, or standards of beauty, or social status. And if you internalize these societal expectations at any time, you may feel pressured to conform to these standards, even if they conflict with your true desires and your beliefs. Right? So you walk around feeling inauthentic. And another powerful variable is your family dynamics. So not only societal, but also your family dynamics. They play a significant role in shaping your identity and sense of self. Right? You don't have one tree saying to the other tree, "Oh, no, you can't go. No, you can't spread your branches." It doesn't happen because it's naturally allowed to do what it does. And if they're growing together, they naturally figure a way to still be themselves in the mix of all of the other trees. Right? But as human beings, parents, caregivers, and other family members tend to inadvertently, most times, reinforce societal expectations through their words, through their actions, and their expectations. Right? So, for example, a parent may encourage their child to pursue a particular career path or conform to certain cultural traditions, regardless of the child's true interests or aspirations. Right? Also, what they adopt or learn from their parents will influence how they end up shaping their personality. Okay. And they just think they're doing what's best for you, right? The parents or the family members, they think they're doing what's best for you. Or at least that's the justification that comes out. Okay. And more often than not, it isn't malicious. Right. So growing up, we often feel peer pressure. So not only from society, not only from family, but also our peer groups and social circles. So when you think about all these different variables influencing who you are, do you really know who you are? Right? Because these peer groups and social influence, so these social circles also play a role in reinforcing those societal norms and expectations. Right? And whether the reinforcement is to go against societal norms and expectations or to conform to it, they're still reinforcing and guiding you, right? It's not of your not most times not out of your own natural processing. especially in your formative years, right? You may have felt pressure to fit in and gain acceptance from those peers, leading you to adopt behaviors and attitudes that are not authentic in your core essence. And this can result in a disconnect between who you are and who you feel you need to be in order to be accepted in the world.
And then to add into the mix, there's that ever-present media influence. There's the mass media, which includes television shows and movies and advertising. Of course, at the tip of your fingers, instant and constant access to social media. It all perpetuates idealized images and narratives that often promote unrealistic standards of beauty, unrealistic standards of success, and definitely unrealistic standards of happiness. A constant exposure to these images and videos can distort your perceptions of who you are, which often leads to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. I mean, no wonder so many people have such a difficult time in finding and enjoying their inner peace. With so many external factors working against us, we only compound the issue by adding in our own fears of rejection and our own self-judgment. The fear of rejection and judgment from others can also contribute to a disconnect from our authentic self. You may suppress or hide aspects of your identity that you will fear will not be accepted or approved by society. I have a term for that. I'll share it with you later. So, this is after the show. And it only leads to a loss of self-expression and your true authenticity. And if you're not expressing your true authenticity and coming from that place of inner peace, it just makes it next to impossible to experience the outer prosperity so many of you are searching for. Overall, societal expectations and conditioning create this complex web of influences that can absolutely get in the way of owning your true self and prevent you from living authentically. Recognizing the challenging and these influences essential for reconnecting with your inner peace and your authentic identity so you can begin living aligned with your true values and those aspirations that you so hold true to your heart.
So then, why is it important to embrace your authenticity? Because embracing authenticity can bring you countless benefits and enrich your life in profound ways. It seems, like a soft skill, right? It doesn't seem like something that's tangible you need to really put any effort in, but it's so important. There's so many, one of the most influential books that impacted me in my life and many others is a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Well, the premise of Maxwell Maltz's book is that you got to work on yourself and self-image and your self-esteem as the primary thing for whatever type of result or success you want. Right? And I mean, that's a hugely successful and hugely profound and impactful book in our society. Yet, not many people speak about it. Right? So first and foremost, it can significantly boost your self-esteem by accepting yourself fully, flaws and all. You cultivate a deep sense of self-assurance and self-love instead of constantly striving to meet the external standards or seeking validation from others. You will learn to appreciate yourself for who you are authentically. And this newfound confidence empowers you to pursue your goals and your dreams with conviction, knowing that you are worthy and deserving of that success. Plus, embracing authenticity can put you in a place to build deeper and more meaningful relationships in your life. Because being genuine and honest about your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. So, authenticity creates an atmosphere of trust and openness. It facilitates genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding. And your relationships become more authentic and fulfilling, enriched by vulnerability, right? There is that, but it's enriching vulnerability, not damaging, and genuine emotional intimacy that can only happen from you being authentic. And these are fundamentals for having inner peace. And also, embracing authenticity can bring you greater overall satisfaction and fulfillment in life. Instead of chasing after those external markers of success or trying to live up to others' expectations, you focus on aligning your actions and your choices with your true values and your passions. And this leads to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment in everything that you do, whether it's pursuing your career aspirations, engaging in hobbies and interests, or nurturing your relationships. So, living authentically allows you to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, grounded in authenticity and purpose, where you can embrace your authenticity naturally, and it leads you to explore the idea of self expression. That's ultimately where you want to get to, right? True self expression. It's the art of authentically communicating your thoughts, your feelings, and experiences to the world around you. And it goes beyond mere words or actions. It's about allowing your inner essence to shine through in everything that you do.
Because understanding the importance of self-expression is crucial in honoring your true self, finding inner peace, and creating outer prosperity. When you authentically express yourself, you acknowledge and celebrate the unique qualities that make you who you are. This act of self affirmations fosters a deep sense of self acceptance and self love. And those are essential components of inner peace and fulfillment. True expression also allows you to communicate your needs, your desires, and boundaries effectively, both in personal and professional settings. By practicing this type of self expression, you create real and solid connections with others based on mutual understanding and respect. This strengthens your relationships and cultivates a supportive network that uplifts and empowers you on your journey. In the realm of outer prosperity, self-expression plays a crucial role in unlocking your full potential and pursuing your passions. When you express yourself authentically, you attract opportunities and experiences that align with your true desires and aspirations. Whether it's your career, creative endeavors, or personal pursuits, self-expression allows you to tap into your unique talents and your unique strengths, driving you towards success and fulfillment. In essence, self-expression is the key to unlocking the full spectrum of your being and living a life that is truly aligned with your authentic self. By embracing self-expression, you not only honor your true essence, but also create the foundation for that inner peace, for that authentic connection and outer prosperity to flourish.
Yeah, for sure. And it's important to identify the ways to overcome any of those fears and self-doubts that may hinder your authentic self-expression. Because again, it's knowing that you need to be authentic and then expressing that authenticity, but what gets in the way is the fears and the self-doubts. Right? In fact, it's a crucial step in the journey towards having inner peace and attracting the outer prosperity you desire. Okay, so here are 4 things you can do to overcome those fears and doubts. Number 1, recognize the source. Okay, start to look in and start by identifying the root cause of your fear and or self-doubt. Do some reflection on past experiences. Really consider what were the societal expectations. Reflect on your inner beliefs that may be contributing to these feelings. And by understanding the source of your fears, you can begin to address them more effectively. Because if you don't do that inner reflection, then they're always going to be in control of what you experience. And once you've done that, step 2 is to challenge any negative thoughts. In fact, it's a good practice to start challenging negative thoughts, any negative thoughts throughout your day, any negative beliefs that undermine your confidence and self-worth. Start to question, are they really true? Are they real? How did I adopt those? And then replace that self-limiting belief with empowering declarations of reality, with empowering positive self-talk, or what we call in our programs, with a language of enlightenment instead of a language of lack and limitation, which many of us have mastered. So it's time to work on mastering the language of enlightenment and having that as the language that we use, and cultivate a mindset of self-compassion and resilience, recognizing that setbacks and failures are natural parts of growing and learning. So don't be afraid of them. Notice them, learn from them, and move on. And then the third thing you can do is step outside your comfort zone. Practice stepping outside your comfort zone, gradually exposing yourself to situations that trigger fear or self-doubt, and then challenge yourself to take small steps towards self-expression in those times so that you can push past your comfort zone, which allows you to expand your boundaries and build confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty and discomfort. Right? Ross and I talk a lot about being the eye of the storm, right? Where you're unaffected by it. You can notice all the storm and the mess that's going around in the world around you, but not be impacted by it. Well, when you step outside your comfort zone, what you're actually doing is you're expanding the circumference of that eye so that you've got more space to play and express who you are, regardless of the storm. Okay, and then sometimes you need to do step number four, which is seek support. Okay, it's not a one man or one woman show. Right? Okay, don't hesitate to reach out for support from trusted friends, family members, or professionals if you're struggling to overcome fear and self-doubt. If you don't have the tools, you don't have the tools. That's okay. Once you recognize that, find someone who does and who can support you to either get the tools or work with you with their tools to get over whatever the issues are. Right? So surround yourself with people who believe in you, people who encourage your growth, and then seek guidance from mentors, coaches, counselors who can offer perspective and guidance that you can't get anywhere else.
It's so, so important. I mean, both Gary and I, we have our own coaches. We have people that we talk to. We have people that help us grow as well. because you never stop growing. So here's some practical techniques for expressing yourself authentically in various areas of life. So, and this is essential for translating inner authenticity into outward expression. So the first one is to cultivate self-awareness. And this is, you start by developing a deeper understanding of yourself, including your values, your beliefs, your strengths, and areas of growth. So self-awareness forms the foundation for authentic self-expression. Knowing yourself, allowing you to align your actions with your true identity.
I'm going to just jump in here, Ross, for a second, because
Sure.
I think that people can overlook this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I hear people talk about it all the time, but how many of you here listening right now could list off your top 10 values? How many of you could list off your top 10 empowering beliefs and the beliefs that are limiting that you need to work on to transform so they're empowering, right? It's not something we actively practice, but it's so important to know these things because you could be walking around with values and belief systems that are completely not in alignment with your core essence of who you are, and you wonder why life sucks or you feel unfulfilled or empty or void. It's because these are simple things to do, but it does require some time to sit and do that self-awareness and reflection.
Exactly. And when you list off that list of values, then you're going to ask yourself, do I live these values?
Hmm.
Do I live these beliefs, good or bad? And if they're
Yeah.
bad ones, they're at least they're non-productive ones and such, and they're leading you in the wrong direction. You've identified them. Are you doing anything about it? Your strengths. Do you enhance those strengths? All these areas. It's a continual learning process. It's a continually growing process. The practice of assertiveness. You learn to assertively communicate your thoughts. Doesn't mean being a jerk or an asshole or anything like that. It just means this is what I'm thinking. Don't say something just to say it. Pause. Think it through. Same with your feelings and needs in personal and professional interactions. What's on your mind? Assertiveness involves expressing yourself honestly and respectfully while maintaining boundaries and advocating for your interests. So then you want to develop active listening skills, something that should be taught in grade school and junior high and high school and college because it is so important.
And practiced in the workplace.
Effective communication is not just about expressing yourself, it also involves listening attentively to others with empathy and understanding, not listening for the sake of hearing them. Listen, understand what they're saying. And if you don't understand, ask questions, but practice active listening. And these are techniques such as paraphrasing, summarizing, and asking clarifying questions to enhance mutual understanding and connection in your relationships. And the term relationships is many times just, segmented to personal relationships, private relationships. Any communication with anyone on the planet and beyond is a relationship. It's a connection, business, personal, play, whatever the case may be. The list goes on and on. Anytime you're interacting, that is a relationship. Then you want to learn to express emotions authentically, allowing yourself to express a full range of emotions authentically without judgment or inhibition. Emotions are an integral part of the human experience. And expressing them honestly fosters an emotional intimacy and a connection with others. Okay. This takes practice.
Yeah,
It
and
takes,
with that one, I think some people, can take that to mean that, it's okay to just go and be basket case with all your emotions. It's not
correct.
what we're saying. We're saying tap into the truth of what's going on for you instead of the imposed or conditioned idea of how you should react emotionally, right? How you were taught to. That's not what we're talking. We're talking about tapping into authentically what's going on for you and coming from that place.
Exactly. Exactly. So practicing a sort of diplomacy when it comes to your emotions.
Mhm.
Because without that practice and without understanding that there has to be a mutual communication and such, people are just going to turn you off. They're just like, no, you're too intense. We need to
Or not intense
find,
enough,
yeah,
right? One
exactly.
or
We
the
need
other.
to
It's all subjective, right?
find that balance and such. And
Mhm.
again, this is by being in present and being authentic with that other person and such, and seeing how they're reacting and asking them, do you understand, where I'm coming from? Such this allows you to gauge yourself, because being angry isn't just about yelling and screaming. Being angry is a way of telling another person that hurt my feelings. I don't agree with this. This is not right, whatever the case. But if it just comes out in just this barrage of screaming, they're not going to hear you. They're simply going to walk away. And then you really haven't communicated. You've communicated something, but it's probably not the message that you really wanted to get across. So, and then finally, you have find creative outlets. Explore creative outlets such as art and writing and music and dance as an avenue of self-expression. And this is very difficult, I believe, because for a lot of people, because they feel that, oh no, I'm not a musician. I didn't ask you if you're a musician. Oh, I'm not a writer. Well, everybody writes, so you are a writer. I'm not an artist. Well, take some mud, take some paint, slap it on a piece of paper, you're an artist. Okay. Make sandcastles on the beach, you're a sculptor. There's everything is by the perception that you put upon it. Okay. Or if I dance, people are going to make fun of me. So what? You're expressing yourself. Okay. Engaging in these creative activities allow you to channel your thoughts and your emotions into tangible forms of expression and foster self-discovery and more personal growth. And by learning and practicing these practical techniques, you can cultivate a greater sense of authenticity and confidence in expressing yourself authentically in all the areas of your life.
Yeah, and we teach these and variations of these in our Infinite Mastery coaching program. And obviously, we don't have time to go too deeply into all of them here on this live stream. But let's cover one of those techniques in a little bit more detail for you. So you have something to kind of grab onto today. So let's look at the first one, cultivating self-awareness, because I really believe it's so important, right? Cultivating self-awareness is like excavating a hidden treasure that's buried within yourself that you didn't even know was there, right? So it's just like an archaeologist carefully uncovers ancient artifacts buried beneath the layers of the earth. You sometimes have to dig deep and cautiously, okay, within yourself to unearth gems of your true identity.
But and architects, they don't use a plow, or a big crane. They
An
use
archaeologist, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they use shovels and little picks and brushes, so they're
Mm-hmm.
carefully moving things around to see what comes forth.
Yeah. And they're doing it with patience, they're doing it
Mhm.
with curiosity, and they're doing it with dedication. And using patience, curiosity, and dedication, you will uncover a rich tapestry of your values, of your beliefs, of your strengths, and your aspirations. And the cool thing is that each discovery brings you closer to aligning your actions with your authentic self and paving the way for genuine self expression and fulfillment for the rest of your life. Okay. So to cultivate self awareness and deepen your understanding of yourself, here's some instructions you can follow. Number one is to reflect on your values and your beliefs. Okay. Again, I talked about this a little earlier, but take time to reflect on what truly matters to you in your life. Consider your core values such as honesty, integrity, compassion, freedom, whatever it is for you. Write these values down and reflect on why they're important to you. And you should also examine your beliefs about yourself, about others, and the world around you. And then question where those beliefs originated. Right? Start to look at that and whether they align with your authentic self or not. Right? So some examples of core beliefs, values, and beliefs about self and others. Core values: honesty. Right? You value truthfulness and transparency in your interactions with others. This value may stem from experience of being lied to or deceived in the past, leading you to prioritize honesty and integrity higher on your list. Right? Or value of integrity, right? You uphold a strong moral code and strive to act in alignment with your principles and convictions. And this may have been instilled in you by role models or mentors who emphasize the importance of integrity and ethical behavior. Or maybe one of your values is freedom. And you value autonomy and the ability to make choices that align with your individual preferences and desires. And this value may have originated from experiences of feeling restricted or constrained in the past, leading you to prioritize freedom and self-determination. So you see how your life experiences start to shape your values and your belief systems, right? So if we look at examples of beliefs about self, right? Self-worth. What's that belief? Maybe you believe in your inherent worth and value as a person, regardless of external achievements or validation from others. And this belief may have been nurtured by supportive caregivers or mentors who affirmed your worthiness and encouraged your self confidence. Or maybe it was the opposite, right? Beliefs about potential for growth. Maybe you believe in your ability to learn, to adapt, and to grow throughout life. Or maybe that's a belief you want to instill, right? This is a belief that may have been influenced by experiences of overcoming challenges or setbacks. And if you don't have the belief, right, if you don't have that belief in place, then start to look at how you have had those experiences of overcoming challenges or setbacks, how you've demonstrated your resilience and your capacity for personal development. And that will build that belief. Right? And then there's the self-limiting beliefs, right? Maybe you hold a belief about your limitations or inadequacies that may hinder your self-expression and growth. These types of beliefs may have been internalized from past failures, from criticism, or comparison to others. Hopefully, I'm not striking too many chords. Well, yeah, maybe I want, but maybe we are striking some chords for some of you out there today. Okay, to really do that in a reflection. Because then what I want you to do is I want you to question the origin of these beliefs. Because questioning them can help you to challenge and reframe them to align with your authentic self in the now. And then it's important to look at beliefs about others. So some examples are, trust, right? With trust. Maybe you believe the inherent goodness and reliability. You believe in the inherent goodness and reliability of others, and you approach relationships with an open and trusting attitude. There's pros and cons to that, right? And this belief may have been shaped by positive experiences of forming deep connections and experiencing mutual support and understanding. Or maybe it was the opposite. Okay, so look at these things. What about empathy, right? You believe in the capacity of others to experience emotions and perspectives different from your own, and you strive to understand and empathize with their experiences. This belief may have been cultivated through exposure to diverse perspectives and experiences that that build empathy and compassion growing up. Or maybe there's skepticism, right? Maybe you hold cautious attitude towards others, preferring to approach relationships with a degree of skepticism until trust is earned. Right? This belief may have come from past experiences of betrayal or deception, which leads you to prioritize caution and discernment in your interactions. But the question is, right, when you reflect on these values and beliefs, what is their origin? Are they in alignment with your true essence of who you are? Right? Because as you reflect on these values and beliefs and their possible origins, right, it can provide valuable insight into your authentic self and guide you towards living a life more aligned with your true identity and your aspirations for success.
Exactly. And the second step is to explore your strengths and weaknesses. Make a list of your strengths and your talents and your skills. These can both be tangible abilities, such as technical skills or creative talents, and intangible qualities, such as resilience and empathy and adaptability. Acknowledge and celebrate. Oh, how you need to celebrate your strengths, as they are integral into your authentic self. Make sure you identify areas where you have room for growth or improvement. Okay? Embrace these opportunities for growth as pathways to further your self-discovery and development. So make some ways to celebrate. This is fun. This is where you get creative. Okay? You can't say you're not creative when it comes to celebrating. Everybody's creative when it comes to celebrating. Okay? Some ways to celebrate your strengths could include celebrate a milestone. Okay, set aside times to celebrate significant milestones or achievements and highlight that will actually highlight your strengths. Okay, whether it's completing a challenging project, celebrate it. Reaching a personal goal, celebrate it. Or receiving recognition for your efforts, celebrate it. Celebrate these moments in as affirmations of your strengths and your capabilities. You can share successes with others. Share your successes and strengths with trusted friends and family members or colleagues. Allow yourself to receive the acknowledgement. And when we say receive the acknowledgement, it means, oh, I didn't do that good. Oh, I'm not really, I didn't really deserve it. The hell you didn't. Allow yourself to receive that. Allow yourself to receive praise from others. Don't discount it because they appreciate your contributions and your accomplishments. Celebrate together and bask in that positive energy and support of your social circle. Take it in, absorb it, because it will exponentially grow inside you. It will be another layer to that foundation that you're building everything upon. You can reward yourself. Treat yourself to rewards or incentives as a way of acknowledging and celebrating your strengths. And this could be anything from indulging in a favorite activity or hobby, treating yourself to a special meal or an experience. Celebrate your hard work and achievements by giving yourself something to look forward to and enjoy. Um, some positive areas for growth could be assertiveness. Now, while you excel in empathizing with others' perspectives, you may struggle to assert your needs and your boundaries assertively. So, developing assertiveness skills can help you communicate your thoughts and preferences more effectively and advocate for yourself in various situations. And as Gary said earlier, this area, we are taught not to. Don't brag. Don't talk about yourself. Don't pound your chest. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. And in most cases, if people are telling you don't, they do. But you have to be kept down. No more. Just no more. Okay, then you have time management. You may find yourself occasionally overwhelmed by competing priorities and deadlines. Improving your time management in those skills, such as setting priorities and delegating tasks and establishing a structured schedule, can help you manage your time more effectively, efficiently, and reduce your stress. So when we say your structured schedule and such, it's relatively a routine. They're relatively habits and such. And that keeps you from going all over the place like a pinball in a pinball machine. You're just bouncing all over the place based on everyone else's structured schedule.
Yeah, another word is, success rituals, right? If you have success
Exactly.
rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you seeing a pattern here? Are you seeing a pattern where your assertiveness, your lack of possibly and such, is causing you to be a slave to other people's structure and their assertiveness? We don't want this. We want this. You're a reed, you're bending in the wind. Okay. Networking is another great way. While you have strong interpersonal skills, you may benefit from expanding your professional network and building connections in your field. People you can rely on, people you can confide in, people you can run ideas by and brainstorm with. Oh my God, I love brainstorming. And engage in network opportunities such as industry events and conferences and online forums. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is the biggest strength, in my opinion, of Facebook. You're on relatively a kind of a forum now because this is a group of like-minded individuals. And this can help you broaden your professional contacts and access new opportunities for collaboration and growth.
Yeah. And so step 3 in cultivating your self-awareness um, is to practice self-reflection. Right? Again, we've talked about this, but the more we give you different ideas and angles on how to do this, the more tools and resources you have to pull from in order to figure out how to do it for yourself. Or the more you hear it, there's going to be that time where it just makes that one extra time that just makes the shift for you that you actually do it, right? So practice self-reflection. Set aside regular time for self-reflection. Journaling, we've talked about meditation, we've talked about quiet contemplation, we've talked about. And during these moments of introspection, again, ask yourself probing questions, right? Who am I? What is life? What is my purpose? Right? Ask yourself probing deep questions and, where does that belief come from? How did that thought originate? Okay. These are things you can do anytime, anywhere. You don't have to let people know you're doing it. Right? You can do it driving in the car. You can do it sitting at a restaurant. You can do it wherever. Right? Probing questions about your thoughts, your emotions, and your experiences. And then pay attention to any reoccurring patterns, like Ross just talked about. Pay attention to any reoccurring patterns, any triggers that trigger you in a positive way and in a negative way. Notice the reactions that you have in your life based on circumstances and those patterns. And the self reflection allows you to gain insight in your inner world, and you can uncover deeper layers of your authentic self, because those things become shells that kind of hide your authentic self. So as you do this inner reflection, you peel them away, right? Like an onion, right? You peel away the layers to get to the core. And like an onion, sometimes there's tears. All right. And so number 4 is to seek feedback from others. Reach out to your trusted friends and family members, mentors. Get feedback on your strengths, weakness, and areas of growth. Choose individuals you know well and can offer constructive and supportive feedback. And then listen attentively. Remember, we talked about building your listening skill, right? Listen attentively to their perspectives, to their insights, and be open to learning from their observations instead of closed or guarded to protect your limitations. Okay? External feedback can provide valuable insight that may not be immediately apparent to you, but only if you're open for it. Okay? And then engage in self-discovery activities. Right? Start to explore activities and experiences that allow you to learn more about yourself and your preferences. It could be, things like trying new hobbies, right? Traveling to unfamiliar places. This is that out of the comfort zone piece, right? Participating in personal development workshops, attending live streams and master classes, right? Pay attention to how different experiences make you feel and what resonates with your authentic self. Embrace curiosity and openness as you take this journey of self-discovery. Okay, and that should give you a head start on finding that inner peace so you can attract that outer prosperity. So let's talk about attracting abundance real quick. We're going a little over the hour, but I think it's important. Attracting abundance is intricately linked to inner peace. That's why we spend so much time on it, right? Because as you release scarcity thinking and embrace abundance consciousness, you free yourself from the grip of fear, worry, and anxiety. And you start to trust in the inherent abundance of the universe and that surrounds you and allow it to flow into your life, knowing that you are supported and provided for in every moment.
So outer prosperity naturally flows or follows inner peace and abundance. It just naturally does. So when you're in alignment with your true self and the universal flow of abundance, you effortlessly attract opportunities and resources and successes in your life. You actually become a magnetic to the people, the circumstances, and the experiences that support your highest and greatest aspirations. Part of that, too, is the fact that you're not so distracted by all the other negative stuff. So you're more open. Your eyes, you can see more because your brain's not going 1,000 miles a minute in the wrong direction. It's not new, but profound and powerful things don't always have to be new sometimes. Sometimes you need to hear it that one more time, like Gary said earlier, just that one more time. And then something inside just clicks. It clicks in order for you to not only get to fully get it. You also get its value, but also to activate the inner mechanisms necessary so that you begin to consistently implement it. Now I'm talking, of course, about visualization. It's a powerful tool for manifesting abundance by vividly imagining your desired outcomes and experiences. So you set aside dedicated time each day to visualize your goals and your aspirations as they have already come, as if they've already come to fruition. Engage in your senses to create a detailed mental image of what abundance looks like, feels like, and sounds like to you. Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Can you feel it? Visualize yourself living a life filled with abundance and prosperity and fulfillment in vivid detail. What are the colors, the sounds, the sights? Allow yourself to experience the emotions of joy and gratitude and excitement as you immerse yourself in this abundant reality. Nowadays, they have AR, which is what is the AR? Yeah, virtual
Augmented
reality,
reality.
augmented
Augmented
reality. Well, this is our new AR. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to call it the new AR, abundant
reality.
reality. It's just far more powerful. In our signature program, the Infinity Process, we actually add in elements that can multiply your visualization impact by 50 to 100 times. But just the simple act of consistently visualizing will get you ahead of most people on the path to prosperity and living a wealthy life.
And another thing you can do to bump up your attraction factor is to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Okay. Again, one of those things you may have heard before, but this could be the time that it clicks and everything falls into place the way it should for you to implement it. Right. Because this is essential for attracting abundance into your life. Take time each day to express gratitude for the blessings, the opportunities, and the abundance that's already present in your life. We did a live stream on this not too long ago on just that thing, on the abundance that's all around you. It's all there is abundance. Okay. So start by keeping a gratitude journal where you write down at least three things that you're grateful for each day and focus on both big and small blessings. And by acknowledging and appreciating the abundance that surrounds you, you start to open up yourself to receiving even more abundance from the infinite universe. Now, we're not advocates of using affirmations, especially the way that it's often taught in the personal development and law of attraction space. We believe it's more powerful and impactful if you create and use declarations of reality instead. So much so that we've made it a critical component in the infinity process that we teach students and clients. So we use declarations of reality to declare your belief in an abundant reality and claim your desires with confidence and certainty. Right? So craft specific declarations that reflect your belief in abundance and prosperity. Right? So you could say, I am deserving of all the abundance in the universe that the universe has to offer. Okay. It's different from an affirmation, which is kind of hoping that's true and saying it until it becomes you want to claim this and say that no, this is true for me. This is my declaration that this is my reality. I attract prosperity and abundance into my life effortlessly, and I always have and will continue to do so. And as you repeat those declarations daily with conviction and belief, you start to internalize them as strengths, and it comes from that place inside out as opposed to trying to make it happen from the outside in. So when you do it with that confidence and that certainty, with that conviction, it's coming from the inside as a truth that aligns with your abundant reality. So speak these declarations with confidence and certainty, knowing that your words have power to shape your reality. We did a series of four live streams not too long ago on this. Okay. So, knowing that your words have power to shape your reality and attract abundance into your life.
And I want to get kind of clear here, okay? There is literally nothing that you can't be grateful for every day. Seriously. When Gary says the big and even the small, seriously, there's nothing every day. If anything, you're grateful for the air you breathe and the life that you have. You're grateful for your dog that greets you at the door. So it doesn't in other words, it doesn't have to be a lottery win. It doesn't have to be a promotion. It doesn't have to be a new car. Such just the idea, the emotion of gratitude is what you want to declare. I am just grateful. It really can be that small in your mind, but it's this big to the universe. So, and lastly, while it may at first seem a little bit woo-woo-ish, there is more and more evidence to show that there's merit to this practice. And that's to find ways to align your energy with the frequency of abundance by releasing your limiting beliefs, releasing your fears, and those negative emotions that block that flow of prosperity. See, you can have abundance of limitation. You can have an abundance of fear. You can have an abundance of negative emotions. So don't get us wrong. That's why I'm saying there is always abundance. It's just which side of the coin are you going to be on? The negative side or the positive side? The lack side or the prosperity side? Because either way, you are using your emotions to attract something. So you want to practice energy clearing techniques such as meditation and breath work or Reiki, and release energetic blockages that raise your vibration. Surround yourself with positive influences and environments that uplift and inspire you. By aligning your energy with the frequency of abundance, you become a magnet for prosperity and attract opportunities, and you attract resources and abundance into your life effortlessly. So by incorporating these practical strategies into your daily routine, you can cultivate an abundance mindset and literally magnetize yourself for prosperity into every area of your life. Because visualization and gratitude practices and confident declarations and energy alignment work synergistically to shift your consciousness and align you with the infinite abundance of the universe. As you embody the vibration of abundance, you become a powerful co-creator of your reality, manifesting your deepest desires of living a life fulfilled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment. And when you do this, the negative aspects of your life, the negative people in your life will just simply drop off because they no longer feel attracted to you because you are in a different state than they are now. That's how it works.
All right. So that's a load of great stuff that you got today to find that inner peace and attract that outer prosperity. None of it, none of it is any good if all you're doing is listening and letting it go in one ear and out the other. Okay. So I want you to put a block to one ear so that this stuff echoes through your mind, into your thoughts, into your beliefs, through your behaviors, and shows up as experiences of reality in your environment. Okay. We'd like to thank you for showing up today and for sticking around, for being here with us. Make sure you keep an eye on our posts for details on our upcoming masterclass and other things that we have in store for you. We appreciate you. That's our class for today. So we'd like to leave you with a dare as we do every week. And that is, we dare you to be exceptional today, tomorrow, and every day after that. And the only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. So that's it for this live stream.
All
Thank you
right,
all for
all
being
right,
here. We
all
look forward
right.
to seeing you here next week. And be well, everyone.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye bye. Let me ask you a question. If we could show you how to instantly have that inner peace to fuel and activate your DNA to attract the unlimited money you want without years of therapy, without any medical procedures, right? Without repeating unconvincing affirmations or working around the clock or resorting to the get quick rich schemes that are out there, would that be of value to you? All right. Well, with your permission, let me just quickly share something we've come up with that will help you fully turn on what we call the ignition factor, catapulting your business with 6 radical steps. If it resonates with you, you can jump on the opportunity for early registration. It's a master class with that exact title. Okay, the ignition factor, catapulting your business with 6 radical steps. And it will be approximately 2.5 hours of us taking a deep dive into 6 radical steps that will catapult your business to new levels of success. We'll show you how you can have more money, more abundance, and spirituality in your life almost instantly. Let me tell you upfront what the investment will be because it's crazy. Okay. In one of our brainstorming sessions, we were discussing what would it take, what would make it easy and affordable, even for those who are experiencing struggles right now in their business. And I said to Ross, well, what if we made it so that everyone could name their own price? Okay. And then there was a few moments of silence, and he said, that's crazy even for you. Right. So here's my crazy idea. All we ask is that you go to the following link that we're going to drop in the comments. Okay. hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/ignite. Check out what it's all about. Decide that it's something for you that you want to attend. And then here's the kicker. Choose what you can affordably afford and comfortably afford between $1 and the retail price that we're going to be pricing it at, which is $197. So anywhere in between that, whatever you feel you are in the position to do. All right, we want to leave it up to you. Then show up next Thursday on the Zoom link we send you when you register, and we promise to knock your socks off with two and a half hour master class. Okay, does that sound awesome or what? I mean, how often do you get to choose your price, right? So if that sounds right for you and something you want to check out, again, click that link, drop a hashtag that's crazy in the comments if you want to kind of poke a fun at me, and consider it our way to remove any excuses that might prevent you from attending a masterclass event that will catapult your business results this year.